live from the mountains of New Hampshire. It's Wednesday night. It's hump night, hump day. Well, we got this far. I have a little egg candle. I don't want it to burn anything. Here we go. Welcome to the Psychic News Network, where we go over the news from a psychic's perspective. And I'm glad you're here. Let me just get my cards. I hope you had a good day. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you had an enjoyable Wednesday. I had said that, because Trump kept saying he was going to be, like, arrested on Tuesday. I didn't think it was going to be Tuesday. So I opted for Wednesday. And, gosh, there's, unless you're a lawyer, it's kind of really hard to track. So hats off to Midas Touch for how much they're able to give us the lowdown from a psychic perspective. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, lots of legal kind of snafu kind of stuff going on. Raining here. Where are you, Liz? It was a really nice day here. And tomorrow the rain's coming in. So, hola! So we're going to take a look at what's going to happen when, when is the hardest thing for a psychic to predict. So we can ballpark it, but as far as exact, by Friday, this will all be, on its way to us knowing exactly what's going to go on. Hi, Darren. So I'm just straightening out my cards, so we're ready to roll. Feel free to put any questions up. I have a pendulum class coming up on Saturday that I've been very poor at publicizing. So if you'd like to learn how to use a pendulum, I don't have a pendulum with me, but if you want to learn how to use a pendulum, go to psychicannetdion.com and you'll be able to sign up there. No snow. Well, there's snow, but it's not snowing. There is snow, yeah. And they're expecting more snow. Calling for rain in the Appalachian Mountains of West Maryland. Yeah, they're expecting snow when I leave, after I leave. So let's see what's going on. Do you guys have any questions that you want to put up? I do feel like we will see, it's going to be very soon that Trump gets indicted in New York. It's really, really soon. I'm going to pull 3 cards about that situation. Behind me, we have our Louis the Lamb and Mike the Meditator. Mike the Meditating Frog. What do you think? I have a little Easter egg here too. Let's put that up. And as it gets darker, you're going to start seeing green stars. I have the Chariot card as I'm talking about that I feel like things are going to really ramp up. The Chariot card, the High Priestess. What's happening right now is the justice and all the judicial systems right now are really working hard to keep as much under wraps as they possibly can. Who else is going to celebrate like there's no tomorrow when the indictments start flowing in? Yeah, we will. I'm just in the bedroom here. It looks like I'm going to bed. Looks like I'm going to sleep. This isn't really my room. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be happy, but then, then we have to wait more. So let's just understand we're going to be happy, and then we're going to have to wait more. 0 snow, where Darren is. It's been a warm winter. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's actually getting tedious for the justice systems too. All of them. It's getting tedious for them. The high priestess is how much they want to keep the release of anything under wraps. And I've always said that many months ago, I was saying when they go for Trump, they're going to go in the night. And it reminds me of, remember when Roger Stone got arrested? Do we remember that? San Francisco had a lot of wind and they're having some damage to buildings. Remember when Roger Stone got arrested and he was in his skivvies? That's what I see for Trump. I see them really working hard at keeping it as much as possible under wraps. Wes is saying tornado in LA really crazy. Yeah, we've got to get a handle on global climate change. Hello, hello, hello. So since I have the Seven of Pentacles, you know, the judicial system is getting kind of like enough already. All the snafu-wee. You didn't finish your sentence there, Kathy. So they're ready. They're ready to move quickly. The Chariot card's coming up. The Chariot card is coming up. So all the justice systems are ready to move quickly. It's just the High Priestess says they're in a race to protect the United States of America and to keep things from getting too exposed. So they're wanting to keep things from getting too much in the news. I mean, the media can really F things up. So I see that they're doing their best, struggling to keep this as sane as possible. Mother Earth is definitely sending us strong messages. So anyway, this is what's going on with Trump and the indictments. And, you know, honestly, from my perspective, we should be talking about climate change. Do they know which direction they will go, Georgia, D.C., or New York? I want to say Mar-a-Lago. Media's giving Ron DeSantis all the coverage like he's a viable candidate. I already wrote to MSNBC about that. And I was asked, I think it was a Bulwark. I get the I'm going to look for you, just in case you want to comment. Also, I'm going to tell you what I did today. I responded to, I think it's the Bulwark. And in that newsletter, hang on, the Bulwark. BULWARK. Expecting a Trump indictment, Republicans attack the prosecutor. We'll talk about that too. Anyway, there is a way to comment. How do you think? Hang on. What do you think about the way that the media is covering these indictments and everything, and covering Trump? And I just wrote a scathing sort of review in the comments about the media spending so much time on Trump, who's a violent fascist and an enemy to the United States. And anyway, if you want to just start saying in the comments that you make to different news organizations or wherever you make your comments, to get the message to the media that enough already of spending your entire broadcast on, for example, the Trump Satan reality show. And they're avoiding the really intensely important news about global climate change. And I know I read an article in the Boston Globe today about Massachusetts working hard to get a handle on, you know, putting global climate change initiatives into action. Like we all at this point should be getting all of our energy from green sources and driving electric cars. And we're not really talking about that. And just to go on and on and on and on about Trump and DeSantis is like crazy. Yeah, they're spending all the time It's not so much the time they spend on him, it's the way they're spending the time to making it look like 45 is not crazy. Well, I did make a complaint about that. It's just, let me look at that. Let me look at if the media is going to change the way they're covering what's going on, because I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of, okay, I want to know what the major stories are and the, the whole political news and what's going on in the world front, and we'll look at that too. But I mean, I'm telling you, 45 minutes to an hour talking about the reality show between Trump and the fascist. The two fascists. It's like the two fascist show. Watch PBS News. If they have an app for that, a lot's going on in the world. Oh my God, so much is going on in the world. So as far as, I'm asking about the media, what's the media going to do? Are they going to continue to just keep pounding away at this Trump DeSantis thing? Wish Ted Koppel would come back to life for a week. I forgot that we lost him. Network owners won't make money discussing climate. Well, we could at least complain, right? The emperor, strength. They're being strong-armed by the corporate America. 5G, what about 5G? John, I see John saying 5G with a question mark. What about 5G? The Seven of Cups, they're being, the media is being continually told, don't cover that, don't cover that, don't cover that. You're seriously considering going carless. A lot of people can go carless. So anyway, this is about the media, and the strength and the emperor coming up. They have to continue talking about Trump because they're being coerced into it. European, then American. I'm not understanding that. So, yeah. I know, the news could talk some more about President Biden's accomplishments. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, come on. It's like, this is really slanted. Something's wrong here. So it said the Emperor and Strength and the Seven of Cups. So I'm reading that as the heads, the CEOs of corporate mainstream news are really putting the pressure on to not talk about anything but Trump. And let me pick 3 cards about why they're not covering. No, Hillary Clinton is not going back into politics. No way. No way. We can look at that, Kathy. Did you ask another psychic that too? Just curious. So let's look at why they're not covering Biden. Why are they not? Let's look at why they're not covering Biden. And I'm actually looking at, are they being influenced from nefarious sources, by nefarious sources? Why are they not covering Biden? Because they're in bed with corporate. This is what it's like. This is what I'm seeing. Yes, your question was never answered. Let me see. Wait a minute. Hang on. I'll get to it, Kathy. Kathy wants to know. Well, I answered the first question. I don't see Hillary Clinton ever going back to politics. The second question is, will the government ever declare 45 an illegitimate president? Well, I think the reason you haven't had that answered is because, like, that's kind of like, do you mean officially? Do you mean, like, I mean, we can declare him an illegitimate president just based on the really horrible things that he's done, right? But what would you call, like, declaring him an illegitimate president? Like, from the perspective of our democracy, or from the perspective of the news people, from the perspective of who? Does Trump have anything to do with the downfall of Atlantis? That's way out of left field. Hang on. I'm asking about Biden. Why the major news networks are not covering Biden. And here's the deal. Let me give it to you straight, people. Because people are addicted to freaking drama. People are addicted. The American people have shown through their viewership and the numbers in their viewerships on mainstream news. The American people have shown that we have been programmed in general, not you personally, definitely not me, have been programmed to want the drama of a reality show where people are slinging you know what at one another. And that's why, that's a big part of the reason that this is happening in mainstream media news, is that the corporate is saying, keep going for the sling fest. Keep showcasing the vitriol. Keep showcasing the name calling. Keep showcasing, you know, like what they're going for is maximal emotional impact. So the mainstream news is not going for informing people. It's really going for the drama. That's what I'm getting with these cards. It's really going for the drama. So when you do a news story about Joe Biden has created more jobs and than any president has created in the past 60 years. Whoa, that's amazing, you know, and Joe Biden, you know, signed the Inflation Reduction Act, and Joe Biden, like, reduced the cost of insulin. That's not people doing a sling fest with one another. The CHIP Act, all of it, you know, all of it. Joe Biden has accomplished more than any other president in modern history. So that's not a sling fest, that's factual. So, hang on a second. I'm trying to keep up. Will Kemp pardon Trump? Pam, where is that coming from? Can you just tell me where that's coming from? Sometimes you guys throw me these like, what? Anyhow, no worries. I'm really amazed by this because it's like, the anchors really do want to talk about something else. I can see it. The lover card is the corporate offices. I mean, look at CNN, for example. I had to stop watching CNN. Corporate wants people that work for them, for the mainstream news media, they want them to talk about the reality show of politics. That can be the death of us, quite literally. That can really impact how we move forward as a society. When they highlight, for example, the Marjorie Taylor Greenes and the Lauren Boeberts, which there's been so much about the Trump indictments in the news that they haven't talked about that too much this week. I stopped watching CNN completely when Chris Light took over as CEO. So the media caters to adrenaline junkies. The media caters to drama. So everyone, 45 is a clown, 45 is a carnival barker, among many other things. And so that's what they're catering to. And Trump knows that. Donald J. Trump knows how to get the attention that he so needs to have, like oxygen. And he knows how to do it, and he knows how to get it. So wherever you can, make your voice heard. I write to MSNBC all the time. The audience controls the commerce of advertising, and the American people have shown that they want drama. I'm going to tell you something. Just because as kind of, a way to relax nowadays, I go to Hulu has a lot of the old sitcoms, and I've mentioned that before. I've mentioned that that's how I decompress from the news. Yeah, if everyone is tired of it, the networks, you have to let the networks know that we're tired of it. So, I just want to mention that when I go back and for example, I watch the old sitcoms, what pops into my mind is what it was like prior to reality TV. Thank you, Patty. Remember, like prior to reality TV, which started up in the 90s, I think. Think about prior to reality shows. I think the first reality shows were like Survivor. TV was entertainment, right? TV was a way to lighten up after your work day. And, you know, Andy Griffith, some people liked Cheers, the Bob Newhart Show, the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Even if you're too young to remember those shows, you can go back and watch reruns. I know my niece is here and she mentioned her brother likes to watch those old shows, the old sitcoms. And then once we switched to this reality show mentality, some of them are so funny. Some of those old sitcoms are so funny. I mean, like belly laughing funny. And once we switched in, like even the name of it, the reality show. Once we switched into that reality show consciousness, we lost the sense of hang on, I feel like I'm too low. We lost the sense of TV being to escape. Van Jones has joined the dark side. When hang on, I can't get comfortable. When Chris Light took over CNN, they were leaning Real World on MTV. Was that the first reality show? I don't know. I don't remember that show. When Chris Light took over for CNN as the CEO, what he did was he purposefully made it more like for the Trumpsters. And they have, see if I can remember his name, it's been a while. They have, I think his name is Scott Jenner, a CNN sort of consultant who months ago, I heard this guy and I'm like, who the heck are you? And he was just bashing Joe Biden on CNN. Yeah, I don't remember the Real World show. Maybe somebody else remembers that. Just bashing Joe Biden. And so CNN just went down the rabbit hole of, you know, kind of like right-wing. The grand jury was canceled today. Yeah, I think what they're doing, because the high priestess came up about that, and I think what they're doing is the judicial system, you know, all of it, what they're really, it's not an easy task. What they're really working on is how do we make this undercover as much as possible. Anyway, talking about two different things. So the more that we as a society, yeah, CNN is bad. The more that we as a society can make it known that we want real, actual, informational news to the best of their ability to give us what's really actually going on, we have to speak out about this. I don't have a TV either. Unfox your cable box. Unfox your cable box. Meanwhile, back in New York. Does that make sense? That's why they're going for the drama. And the thing about it is it's very, very dangerous because we have very real issues that are going on where people are literally dying. And global climate change is one of those areas. Okay. The cards are showing me this. Because these cards just flipped over on their own and I feel like I have to pay attention. I don't have cable. I just have internet also, Gloria. It's been that way forever. As I'm speaking about this is what I'm picking up. Yeah, drama. Mainstream news, drama. It's terrible. You're not afraid of Fox? Unfox your cable box. Because what Fox does is they get you into this contract that you can't get out of because it's tied into your cable service. But yeah, we all need to have a good belly laugh for our mental health. And honestly, God rest her soul and all the people that used to be on Golden Girls and the Golden Palace. Those are really funny shows. No Fox at Rhonda Rue's house. That's good. this is what I'm picking up as I'm continuing to talk about this, because these cards wanted to pop up. There's going to be something, I don't want to scare anybody. There's going to be something dramatic that happens that's going to force the mainstream news to give us more real information. Buy a car, take a pill, buy a car. I'm going to write a song about that. Oh, I love it. Buy a pill, take a pill, buy a car. I like it. I'm working on a song right now. That's why I go away sometimes. Let the creative juices flow. Okay. So Gloria's saying wow. Why are you saying wow? Being sued into compliance. I do see there's going to be something really dramatic that happens, and they're going to have to stop doing that. Do I see more countries to come closer to complying to the Paris Climate Accord? What I see is a complete revamping of that, because the countries didn't meet their agreement. And the Paris Climate Agreement, they didn't. Voting is giving your voice away no matter what the outcome is. I don't understand what you mean by that. That doesn't make sense to me. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, I'm actually working on a song. I don't know who said this the other night, but on Monday in the chat, what were we talking about? And somebody put in the chat seasons of life. Oh, we were talking about, my kind of, resignation from the psychic and the sidekick, and we had a little discussion going on. And somebody said, European countries don't allow drug companies to advertise on TV stations. That's the way it used to be in the United States. Somebody just put up their seasons of life, like, things happen and, this too shall pass kind of philosophy. And then I went, that's a great idea for a song. Was it you, Gloria? I don't know who said that. But anyway, started working on it. It's almost done. Wish I could make money at music. All right. So that's what's going on with the mainstream media. That's why you have to support channels, YouTube channels like Midas Touch. All the YouTube channels that are doing a great job of giving us the actual news. Am I going to sing it at church? Maybe, but it's not really finished yet. And it has to fit, my new song, it has to fit in the theme of Church of Spirituality. Yeah, so Rhonda Rue saying her friend is a doctor and she hates the prescription drug commercials. Patients come in and demanding the drug even if it's not suitable. Well, it's a testament to when you keep on saying something over and over and over, like ask your doctor, ask your doctor, ask your doctor. Some people are just kind of like sheep. And so they're just like, okay, I hear ask my doctor in my sleep. I hear ask my doctor when I get up in the morning. I hear ask my doctor, and so I don't envy the doctors, that's for sure. That's got to be so annoying. All right. What do we got? We have weird lighting in here. Do you like Mike the Meditating Frog? Oh, Wes, thank you. Let's see. Yeah, people are literally making themselves sick from those commercials. That's absolutely true. It's all called subliminal seduction. It's a real thing. It's an absolute real thing. If you watch TV and you see all those commercials about ask your doc, I've said this before. You can be feeling really great and really healthy and like, wow, I had a great day. I have great energy. I feel good. And then if you start watching TV for a while and they keep saying, do you have this? Do you have that? And then you start thinking, well, maybe I should have this and that because these people seem like they're famous, the actors on the drug commercials. And if they have that, maybe I have that. And then they get up and they're singing and they're having a nice family gathering because they're taking the drugs. And, people that don't have very great lives, maybe they feel like they don't have very good lives. And Yeah, I like Hulu too. Then absolutely, you'll be like, oh man, if I ask my doctor and I get this prescription a drug, I can jump on the stage and sing too because I'm taking Humira. It's crazy, people. It's craziness. Well, nobody ever said America was sane, that's for sure. I want to tell you about something I was watching last night. It was a special, not a comedy, it was a documentary. And I don't know if it was on, I'll let you know on Friday. Because my niece turned it on. I don't know if it was on Hulu or Prime or what. But anyway, there's a documentary with Dave Letterman and U2, Bono and The Edge. Really, really inspiring. There's a book entitled The Subliminal Seduction. Well, the subliminal seduction is a thing. Good night, John. Are you leaving so soon? All women should be on hormones. What? Okay, let's go to what's going to happen, because since we're on the topic of talking about Trump all the time, let's just pull 3 cards about the energy around him and what's going to happen. Tiny print, the name of a drug company. The tiny print is the warnings. You can't stay long either. What are you guys all doing? Is there something on TV that I should know about? If you have to go, you have to go. You don't have to tell me. Okay, it was Disney Plus. Thank you, Catherine Rodriguez. Really great, really inspiring. Thank you. This is Trump this week. He has a lot of challenges coming up. CM's here now. Good. The 5 of Cups. This is Trump this week. There's a couple of 5. So that's I'm kind of picking up Friday. You know, the 5th day of the work week. All right. So 5, it feels like today's the 22nd, 23rd, in numerology, tomorrow would be a 5. I have a lot of 5s here. So it's either tomorrow he'll get indicted or the 5th day of the work week, which is Friday. Your post was long, Darren. Go back and read it when I have more time. It's hard to read and do the chat at the same time. It most certainly is. That's an understatement. The Ace of Rods is Trump is going to come out with a brand new doozy of a completely fabricated story. Get ready. That's what I feel like is going to happen. So 5 of Rods is very, very challenging stuff coming up for Trump. 5 of Cups is he's got a lot of loss, obviously. The Ace of Rods is get ready for Trump to have a brand new, blow you out of the water type of story. You tend to go on and on, Darren. That's funny. I tend to go on and on too. You're in good company. Yes, yeah, Rendezvous. He always has a fake story, but this is a doozy. This is a doozy. Let's see. Tomorrow Pluto goes into Aquarius. Aha! Okay. I dropped a card. Hang on. And the 5, yeah. We're getting a lot of 5s, so... Darren. Okay. You don't talk too much. It's fine. You can say what you want in the chat. Even if I miss it, the other people in the chat see it. I'm going to pick another 3 cards about Trump. See, now I'm doing it. But at least I'm not going to go on and on and on and on and on about it. Trump is fulfilling his soul contract, Cash Peters said. Well, on that subject, I did get a long time ago, and I've mentioned it several times here, that when I asked my guides about it, when he was in the White House, and we were all just totally freaked out by that, and we still are freaked out by that. When he was in the White House and people kept asking me, I'm moving my stars, people kept asking me, from a psychic perspective, what was the deal? And my guides laid it right out. They said, our democracy had so many holes in it that needed to be revealed. And now it's up to us what we're going to do, how involved we're going to be. So I'm going to pick 3 more cards about Trump's week. I mean, it is a big deal, but they don't have to spend the entire news programs on it. It's going to be really 7 of Swords. He's going to continue to lie and cheat and steal despite how much trouble he's in. He's going to continue to incriminate himself. I don't see any like pulling the reins, Trump himself. I don't see him, you know, being more moderate in what he does and what he says. I actually see it amping up. And the Judgment card is coming. Because, you know, in a certain way, this is kind of like that attitude like, well, it's all gonna just blow up in my face anyway, so I might as well say whatever I want. Denying Trump bail would solve a lot of problems. He's in trouble in so many different areas. Yeah, the darkness has to be brought to the light. Absolutely, I say that all the time. But in terms of why, you know, Trump's role as so-called president of the United States was to wake us up. Really, to wake us up. So be as woke as you possibly can. Whatever the heck that means. So the 7 of Swords is he's not going to rein in his behavior at all. Trump will continue to call for violence. I do see him being, what do they call it, the perp walk? I do see him doing that walk of shame. But prior to it, sending out a huge call, see the trumpet, to his supporters and the flag. He's going to send out a huge call to his supporters that are in the cult to move. It's going to be, get ready for our emotions to be completely heightened. Well, Gloria, you know that Russia helped him, right? To get into the White House. They didn't answer last time. Answer what? Oh, they didn't. Well, no. I feel like people will show up. He wants a perp walk. Yeah. They deny it because of security. Yeah, but see, it's like I said, I'm seeing him putting out a huge call to his supporters. And yeah, he has way less influence, but it's going to be more intense, a more intense call to action. He's going to continue to lie and cheat and steal. Yeah, Russia put him in there. I think that everybody knows that now, right? I mean, I don't think that people think that's not true. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm like a change of subject. I feel like a proud auntie right now because my niece is playing the guitar and singing. She's writing songs too, so it's kind of cool. All right. Hang on. Just because I'm following the news, yeah, it's live music in the background. I'm just kind of appreciating that she kind of takes after me. She's playing songs. And she might hear me saying that because she just stopped. Anyway, gag order. Let me say, I kind of missed what you guys are saying. Trump called for a protest. Those who came out to protest in front of Bragg's New York office were calling for his indictment. Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. Sorry I'm missing the party, but honored I chose you for a little while tonight. Oh, it's not a party. We're just hanging out. We're having an artist retreat. I want to be here. This is a party, right? This is a party. Let's look at Ron to Satan. Hello, Mario. Music is so important. And if it's never too late to start learning how to play an instrument. Which reminds me, I haven't done my French lesson today. I'm on Duolingo, and it's like you have to just hit it every day for a few minutes, right? And music is the same way. It's never too late to learn something. Okay, we're gonna look at Ron DeFascist just to see what's going on with him. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Everyone's just getting home from work. Okay, parlez-vous français? I'm working on it. I just figured, honestly, so there's an app, and you guys might know about it. There's an app, it's called Duolingo, and you can learn a language, and I don't know, I'm on like day 170 without a break, and it's just a few minutes a day learning words. And when I'm ready, I'll recite a whole paragraph. You guys, a lot of you probably know how to speak French. But I'm just saying, if you want to learn how to play a musical instrument, you're day 298. Good for you. In Spanish. Yeah, I'm doing French. Because I'm part French. Ron DeFascist. I don't think Ron DeFascist is going to run for president. I keep on getting that he's not. I feel like it's going to, as we get warmed up here, the guides are giving me more and more information. They're showing me Ron DeFascist being thrown. Hi, thanks, Daryl. Being pie in the face. They're showing me Ron DeSantis with pie in the face. King of Cups. I feel like I don't know if this is Trump. Is this Trump? I actually feel like this is somebody else. I don't know what Charlie Crist is doing nowadays. Bonjour. Ça va bien? I don't know if this is Charlie. I'm getting Charlie Crist. I don't know what Charlie Crist is up to these days, but I feel like, yes, learning the language is a really great thing. I feel like Charlie Crist, who ran against DeFascist, is behind the scenes up to something like messaging. Oh yeah, I see Ron DeSantis pies in the face. King of Rods. I feel like there are people in Florida that know how many illegal things Ron DeFascist is up to, and they're going to start messaging. I'm getting really strongly that there's going to be some really strong messaging coming out. Bonsoir. See, I know a bunch of you knew French. Oh, Susan's learning Spanish because she may one day have half Peruvian grandchildren. And the Nine of Swords. Ron DeFascist is not sleeping. He's got a lot that's keeping him very nervous. Oh, that big pile of seaweed. Yes. Oh, interesting. It's going towards Texas too. I haven't really, on purpose, I haven't really divulged. I haven't really, thrown myself into reading about this huge seaweed situation, this huge blob of seaweed. When Ron was standing up there and talking about, what did he say? Something about extraditing Donald Trump. Do you guys know what's going on there? That he has to give... Disney's holding LBGQ conferences for the next 3 years. That's interesting. Yeah, so it will absolutely... Okay, so he was talking about, well, I have too many things in Florida to be working on. I'm working on more important things than extraditing Trump. Did you guys all hear that? And I'm thinking, what important things are you doing for Florida? What important things are you doing for Florida? Well, seaweed is good in a certain quantity, but it is the size of the United States. And when you rely, believe me, I live in a coastal town. That's a really big tourist place in the summer. 5,000 miles of it. If it comes to the East Coast shores, the Northeast Coast shores, We are done. The beaches will be vacant. And I have smelled that red seaweed, and it's bad. It's bad. So for Ron DeSantis to be up to, and this is the sleepless night cards for him. Yeah, that much seaweed, not good. So I just want to let you know that when he stands up there and says he's too busy working hard for Florida, you thought Ron DeSantis was the governor of South Carolina? Oh, no. No, Florida. Gotta try to keep up. Yeah, he said he wasn't going to get involved with the Trump thing, but Trump is going to reel him in all the time. Anyhow, I think it's interesting that the red states are getting so much terrible stuff happening. Yeah, seaweed comes in every year, and it can be awful. Anyway, I mean, it's on the beaches of Mexico, and they're having to, that costs a lot of money to clean up that seaweed. So if it's coming, no, it's not red tide, it's something else. It's this, I know what it is. I've just never known it to be in that huge quantities, and that's a product of global climate change too. So it better not touch the Northeast. I'm not sure where, I mean, I can take a look. The guy just saying we won't have it as bad as Florida and Texas, this big seaweed blob. It's like, isn't there a movie, an old horror movie called The Blob? And the erosion that comes with cleaning it up, the sea levels are rising. It's yeah, there will be more. There definitely will be more. So just so you know, this is keeping Ron DeFascist up at night. He's not doing anything for Florida. And true to form, rotten eggs is sulfur. Yeah, that's there goes your trip to the beach. There goes everybody's trip to the beach. So hang on. There's going to be really bad PR for Ron DeFascist, but I don't think it's about the seaweed. And he's not doing anything for Florida. And true to form, he's saying the opposite of what he's actually doing. That's what Trump always did too, right? Anyhow, I keep seeing the question. Well, I've seen it a couple times up there. Will Kemp pardon Trump? No. What kind of befuddles me? What kind of befuddles me about that question is I'm wondering why people think that Kemp can pardon Trump. I don't think that's a thing. He's hurting Florida. He's absolutely hurting Florida. So I just keep getting that he's not. He's really, he's not, he doesn't have leadership qualities. I mean, there's nothing about Ron DeFascist that's presidential. Let's be real. That's why we get so crazy when the news channels keep talking about him as if he's a viable candidate. Okay, so let's go to Texas because I want to read on Greg Abbott. Does anyone know what the moon is in today? I haven't checked. If we can get rid of Trump and DeSantis, we'll be dancing in the streets. Yes. I know Kemp is governor of Georgia. Why are you putting that in big letters? Lisa. I know Georgia. I know it's a state case. All right. Well, why are you putting that in big letters? I'm not getting that Kemp can pardon Trump. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Yeah, I'm not getting that he can. I mean, it's either that I'm not getting that he can do that in his position. Moon is that Capricorn? I'm not sure. I didn't look. Okay, so either So either he doesn't have the right to pardon Trump, even though he's governor of Georgia, or he won't. Oh, I was saying Kemp was governor of Florida. I keep going back and forth. No pardon rights for a governor in Georgia. He can't. So that's what I keep getting. He can't. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm talking about two different states, and of course I know Kemp is the governor of Georgia, but it happens. I'm reading the chat. I'm reading the guides. I'm reading the cards. I'm thinking about the next question. I'm doing my best. If you want to tip me, it's in the description. Much appreciated if you do. Let's go back because we were asking about. Oh no, here it is. We were asking about Abbott actually. Yeah. If you can be more clear, if you can say, oh, you said, such and such, then that will help me. Yes, I'm on Texas now. You think it's easy? I need an assistant. All right. This is about Abbott. The people in Texas are really going to be suffering. I hate to tell you. Joanne, we'll get to the fascist party. It's all good. I'm not upset with anybody or anything. It's just I'm just expressing to you that it's very challenging to read the chat and be doing psychic and yeah, exactly. Whole lot of stuff going on. The hangman. Okay, so this is Abbott, and actually what I'm seeing is Abbott is really making the people of Texas suffer. I think I heard today, or I don't know, I just picked up on it. I feel like Texas is going to get hit with a major power grid failure. Probably in the summer. Yeah, most people are lovely people. Which reminds me, I forgot to do the kindness corner video today. Multitasking is hard, but we do our best and it keeps us alert. This is about Abbott. I feel like the power grid's going to go down in the summer. And the good people in Texas and Florida are stuck with dark forces. But you heard it here. The power grid's going down in Texas and probably, well, Texas more than Florida, but in the summer. And Abbott is going to have to just be in a position, he'll be forced to just be in a position of not having a plan. Here to save our democracy. And the Queen of Pentacles, this is a female in Texas who ran for some office. I'm not sure. I feel like I don't know the name of the person. Was there a woman? I'll look at Ted Cruz too. Was there a woman who ran for a major office in Texas? Because I'm picking up that when Abbott falls, because he's going to fail miserably, I'm getting it's a power grid failure, in addition to hurricane destruction. Not sure, but it's a female who ran for a major public office in Texas that's going to take advantage of Abbott looking like he has major egg on his face. Moon in Aries today? Oh yeah, the moon's still in Aries. That makes sense. Yeah. Alright, so who here is in Texas? Because I just want to tell you, I want to forewarn you. I see a major disaster. I don't want to scare you. I mean, I just see a major... This is something you already know is the risk. Major power failure disaster. So just consider this a warning. You're on the coast of Texas, Betty? Just consider this fair warning. I don't think the power grid is secure in Texas. I'm picking up a major disaster in Texas, and it feels like it has to do. Abbott looks like a deer in the headlights. Oh, well, you ain't seen nothing yet, according to what I'm seeing. Plus the hurricanes that are going to hit. You know, Florida, parts of Florida are just going to be under the water. All right, so that's Texas. You've had to have get generators, you know, order them now. It's already the end of March. The hot weather is coming. So I'm going to actually pick 3 more cards about that. It does suck, but when you have people, I'll look at that. I'll look at Beto in Texas too. When you have people that don't care about people that are running for office, I actually see people getting together and getting it together in Texas after Abbott fails. And I mean, this is a massive. There was a woman that ran for Senate against Cornyn and barely lost. Who was it? Because I feel like there's a woman with a ton of power in Texas who's going to take advantage of Abbott falling flat on his face and is going to jump in there. So I feel like the people in Texas are gonna rally. Yeah. Darren says his brother lives in Western Texas. He didn't lose power the last time, so you said, you know why you didn't lose power? You have a U.S. Air Force intelligence base in your city. Yeah, that makes sense. God bless everyone in Florida and Texas. Yes, bless everyone and tell them to get on it. When they had the power go down, the whole power grid failed. Because, you know, they have this privately owned utility company. I was just kind of yelling at people on my PNN, you know, get busy because it's going to happen again. San Antonio, okay. Get generators, get a plan going. I was really on people to rally, to rise up and speak out loudly. Get rid of Abbott. Okay. Let's think about it. What has Abbott done for the good? Olivia Juliana is a fantastic young activist in Texas. Everyone should follow her there. Is she running for something, or does she have an organization or something? Because there are people from Texas here. We want to let them know. Wendy Davis. Okay. Follow the women that are running for offices in Texas. Yeah, you really have to, honestly, everybody in Texas rally. And Texas is going to have a rough time. Oh my gosh, Darren, I hope my brother has a generator. He has 3 huskies. It gets up to 104 degrees in West Texas. The dogs loved living in Sweden much better. Maybe it's time to move back to Sweden. Okay, so let's switch gears. I want to take a look at something that's weighing on a lot of people's minds, and that's that abortion ban. What's happening in Idaho is that I heard on the news that there's a maternity hospital that's shutting down. There were 50 women who ran for Congress in Texas. Get the women in office in Texas. Do what you can. So, switching gears to this abortion ban, it's horrible. What we're starting to see is people dying. Now, let's just sort of, backtrack. Because of the man who formerly occupied the White House, because he was calling COVID, for example, a Democratic hoax, thousands upon thousands and tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. I mean, people died because they were Republicans watching news that was false and they were listening to Trump. So people have died because of the false information about COVID. Many of those 1 million Americans that we lost to COVID during the really hard time of the pandemic, many were Republicans. This abortion ban, we just got to lay it on the line. Women will die. There's a hospital in Idaho that's closing because they can't attract the good doctors and the people that they need to hold these positions of women's health care. Are you in Idaho, Sydney? Is anybody here in Idaho? We'll get back to Trump in a sec if you want. So women will die. Women will die. Women that go into labor and have complications, and there's not a maternity hospital there. There's not a hospital with a viable maternity ward. Women will die. Yeah, I know about the women in Texas that are suing for that they almost died because April Fool's Day. What about April Fool's Day? Oh, that's a good question. Kathy's saying, do I see wrongful death lawsuits in states that have abortion bans when women die? Yes, I do. Absolutely. Yeah, well, that's what's happening in Texas right now. So in Idaho, so this maternity hospital closed. So if a woman is pregnant right now and she's living in Idaho and was dependent on this hospital for her care, then I can't even imagine how scary that would be. This is torturous misogyny. This is murderous, torturous misogyny. Posing as some sort of Christianity. So I'm going to read on that. I'm going to read on what's going to happen. I mean, we're going full on Taliban if this kind of stuff continues. We're going to have to create an underground feminine movement. Well, why should we have to do that? Because this is a democracy. We live in a democracy. Are people forgetting? Are people forgetting? So this abortion ban, I'm looking specifically for to Idaho. There's going to be a lot of sacrificial lambs. I hate to tell you. Let's look at our cute lamb to just lighten it up. Look at our cute little lamb. Look at our cute little lamb. Larry the lamb. A newborn baby boy was abandoned on the doorstep of a house in Boston. That baby was out in the cold and a baby carrier. I haven't heard about that. The woman returned and rescued him. Huh, interesting. Can't dwell on that. It really goes right through you. We need to recognize we already hold the power. Yeah, I know. We can't dwell on it. However, if we don't become aware of it and we don't get upset from being aware of it, we being upset is what motivates us, right? And so I just think that it's our responsibility as citizens to take action. That's why I have Grassroots of Democracy, and we're at 63 minutes in and I haven't done my commercial. I'll do it in a little bit. I don't think my commercials are working. So Idaho has been this way since you were a teenager. Soul Surfer, Idaho did not close down. That didn't close down a maternity hospital when you were a teenager, did it? Anyway, this is what's going to happen there. Seven of Swords. This is the card of the thief. This is the card of stealing women's rights to health care. Think about it. They're stealing the rights of a woman to have health care. Speak out. Yes, this is a democracy. It's our job. The Five of Pentacles, a lot of hardship. I'm reading about the closing down of the maternity hospital in Idaho. Queen of Swords, Queen of Rods, this is the women's, I want to call it the women's movement. This is a women's movement that's going to happen because of what's going on. Women are being treated like cattle. Yeah, and we have to do what we can. We have to do what we can. It was pro-life in a big way. You lived in Brooklyn, Mass. Well, yeah, it might have been pro-life, Soul Surfer, but this is way beyond that. This is like the way to the extreme. If you have a lot of pro-life in the population, that's different from we're not going to give women health care, right? I mean, it's really extreme, and they are extremists. Like, they're called extremists for a reason. Let me see if I can get my galaxy going here. See the stars? Ooh, it's a little bit of excitement. Anyway, sorry. Me and my toys. Okay, so Jack Smith is moving on the secret document case in Mar-a-Lago. I have always felt like would be the first thing. Idaho is backwards. Well, yeah, but not everybody's backwards. I always felt like the first thing that Trump would get in major trouble with are those secret documents. And I feel like Jack Smith is aware of some nefarious activity that Trump was engaged in with the secret documents that he handed over to the enemies. Anyway, just to review what I was saying about the abortion ban, Idaho, and all that, is there's going to be a huge women's movement. Yes, we have to. I mean, we've been through hard times. We've always had to fight for freedom. And maybe the past few decades it hasn't been that way, but for the most part, Americans have always had to fight for freedom. Okay, let me just grab 3 cards about these documents in Mar-a-Lago and what the next phase of those investigations is. The Empress is about the United States, yes. Trump has worn out all his options when it comes to covering up what he did with those secret documents. It's all black and white. It's all there. It's all exposed. Do I agree with your post? Mario, now I have to go look for it. Remember what we just said earlier about how hard it is to multitask? I don't mind, but it's just like, you might have to post it again. Oh, we need to get everyone's right. Oh, yeah, of course I do. We need to get everyone, of course. Everyone's rights back on track. Keep your eyes on the dream. Yeah, that's what, I just commented on it. Moonchild, little people keep putting out the positive energy. Yeah, of course. We have to, I mean, that's why I was talking about watching sitcoms, because we have to lighten it up. That's that's part of the balance. We're in the spring equinox time. It's about balance. But this is about the secret documents, Mar-a-Lago and Trump. The 7 of Pentacles is the DOJ has had enough. They have had enough. You know when you were little and your mom got really mad at you because you just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing? This is the energy of the DOJ and Trump and those secret documents. We have had enough. And there's nothing Trump can do to hide his treasonous traitor crimes of giving up our secret documents. He should have a gag order on him. He definitely should. And so, yeah, they have had enough. Did anybody's mother ever get like that? I have had enough. I've had it up to here with you. The United States is going to get Mr. Trump. These secret documents, I always feel you're getting the advertisers have had enough. Confused. Oh my goodness, I just dropped cards all over the floor. Let's see what they are. Too many to count. All right, hang on, people. There's a crack in the floor, and I think I might have lost a card. I'll have to count them later. Coming back. I'm back. you for being with me. It's always fun. It's always fun. You know, it's really important to talk about the news together. Even if we, you know, we live in the time of virtual friends and virtual reality. Couple more things. Hillary was spot on showing the PP tapes. What? What are you talking about, Cheryl? She didn't have the tapes, did she? I mean, I know about the tapes, and I know that... I don't understand what you're saying there, like, that she had them. The advertisers no longer know who their market is. They're not getting the right time slots for the right price. I'm just confused. Yeah, reality shows do, just getting back to that topic, they really do destroy the regular person's view of life. I know, because, you know, life isn't really like a reality show, right? Yeah, I like it. I hadn't heard that. Angela's saying Disney just gave DeSantis a middle finger. They're having the LGBTQ conference there. When is it? Do you know? When is that? Oh, Cheryl's saying that Hillary pushed the issue of the PP tapes. I thought you were saying that she had them. But that was a real thing, by the way. And I don't have to go down that road of talking about that because it's so disgusting. Just because I didn't get my commercial break in, I just want to tell you, if you want to book a reading, I'm booking readings for next week, starting next week when I come back to my office on Friday when I go back home. PsychicAnnetteDion.com if you'd like to book a reading. I'm also going to start a weight loss, spiritual approach to weight loss class. I'm not done with our readings for tonight. I just want to throw this in. Spiritual approach to weight loss, which is really about body care and more positive body image. So if you'd like to sign up to take that class and to be part of the free Q&A on April 1st, PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Everything that I'm doing is there. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com is where you go to sign up for our How to Save Democracy meetings. And on Tuesdays, we had a group, every single Tuesday, we have a meditation for a healed America. Everything that I do now, we do record, so you can watch it later. And on Saturday, I don't have enough people yet for a pendulum class that I'm offering. So if you're interested in learning how to use a pendulum, I need a minimum of 3 people to go ahead and have the class. Otherwise, I'll postpone it. But Saturday the 25th, you have an opportunity to take my pendulum class. So I have 1 person so far. I'll have to tell her that I'll postpone it if I don't have at least 3. Okay, in Church of Spirituality, we have a website, churchofspirituality.online now. So check it out. Okay, so we have a little more time, and throw a question up there. Stay away from sugar and carbs. It really makes you feel better. We're going to be talking about all that stuff. It's going to really be about, you know, weight loss, but, you know, considering that your body is a holy temple and how to get more in that mode of treating it. Oh, Maria booked a reading. Yes, I saw that. Thank you. When will the aliens get here? They're already here. They're already here. I feel them where I am. I'm drawing a blank. What should I ask about? No, Kemp will not dare to. I don't see that, Rose. I don't see Kemp pardoning Trump. I don't. And then, you know, and somebody's putting aliens up there. I don't see that. And somebody, I remember like a couple weeks ago, I jumped on really quickly. I think it was on a Wednesday. Anyway, somebody kept on, oh, I know what I want to read about. Somebody kept on saying about the Georgia's gonna like cancel Fani Willis and all the whole thing, and it just distracted me so much that I shut it down because it just really wasn't on my radar. that would happen. And the same with Kemp and pardoning Trump in Georgia. That's not on my radar. It isn't. And didn't Kemp like do the right thing in Georgia? Soul Surfer, no, no. Yeah, Kemp had something to do with not going along with the, voter fraud theory. Yeah. Okay, so we want to ask about the election official in Georgia did. Yeah, but Kemp didn't go along with the voter fraud stuff. That's what I'm saying. So I read on DeSantis quite a bit tonight, but what we're going to do is we're going to go, I spent way too much time on DeSantis. There's just a lot going on there. But I do want to look at these fascists and the POF, the Party of Fascists, that are calling for, once again, an investigation comes for Trump. Honestly, can you imagine if you were let's just imagine this for a second. Can you imagine if you were as criminal, as heinous as Donald J. Trump, don't even have to say heinous, just as criminal. He's the biggest criminal that I have ever known about in my entire lifetime. And you guys might feel that way too. Because he is, right? So, do you really think that you would defend him the way that the Party of Fascists is defending him? Where they want to investigate the investigators for all the many crimes, including our national security crimes, every single crime he's been involved with. Can you imagine being in trouble and having, these people going to the judge, going to the police and saying, oh, we need to investigate you. Oh, we need to investigate you. Oh, we need to investigate you. This is ridiculous. I love that Trump supporters didn't show up to protest too. We've been meditating on that. So I'm going to look at what's going on with them. It's really crazy. The only reason you think George Santos, who we refer to as Pinocchio, is off the radar, the only reason you think that is because he hasn't been in the news. But he's going. Moonchild, I can think of hundreds of negative words for 45 right now. But, this Party of Fascists, aren't they humiliated? This is what's going to happen to them. They're in big trouble, and they don't know what to do, so this is what they're doing. How is Donald feeling that his people didn't come out for him? He's blaming it on the media. The moon is in Aries today. Yes, because we have the new moon in Aries on Monday, so. New moon in Aries would make you feel like swearing. Yeah. This is about the Party of Fascists. They're really, they're too power driven. They have no shame. Absolutely true. It's really amazing. They are stuck. They have nothing else. They're really stuck. The Party of Fascists that are going after the investigators. That is, excuse my French, but that's pretty ballsy. Don't you think? Sue Woods is working on a vision board just for world peace. Nice, honest and respectful politicians throughout the world and anything positive to put on it. Excellent. And we do that kind of thing at 20 on Tuesdays when we get together and meditate for a healed America every single week. So I hope you can join us. Yeah, this Party of Fascists that's going after the investigators, that is ballsy. They could get in major trouble. The Ten of Cups. Now remember, I'm going to remind everybody, we're going into a time when they're going to be outed. They're going to be outed. They must like being laughed at. Oh, Sunshine, you look new. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. Welcome to anybody who's new. I'm glad that you're here. And especially welcome to the people that are always here. Ten of Cups. So I was saying early on that, you know, when the fascists took over the House, me and astrologers and psychics were all pretty consistent in saying that it's going to be a rough 3 months when the year started. It's going to be really, really rough. And then in April, things are going to take a turn for the better. We got sunshine on a cloudy day. Obstruction, obstruction. They're obstructing justice. Exactly, Cheryl. When is the media finally going to report credible facts, the truth? Well, we spent a lot of time on that earlier. And I think it's only going to happen if we complain. Not new. Change your name a few times. Oh, okay. I like your name, Sunshine. That's appropriate. Spring here from the northern hemisphere. Let's look specifically. Yeah, you know what? And we're just speaking of protesters and everything in New York. I don't see protesters in New York. I really don't. Glad to be here. I'm glad to be here too. We're gonna look at Marjorie Taylor Greene, just because she's so crazy. These people are crazy. I mean, and I don't think that they're having a very good time. I don't think Marjorie Taylor Greene's having a very good time. Now you can see my green stars. I have a little thing. I have a little star thing. You can buy these. It doesn't work very well. It's probably too bright in here. All right, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's being paid by a foreign entity. She's going to be called to answer some questions. And the truth is coming out about Marjorie Taylor Greene. The truth is coming out. Yeah, the truth is coming out. She's lost in space but not an alien. Oh, Sylvia, I'm glad I could help. Sylvia lives in Texas, and thanks for warning about the power grid and hurricanes. This is a definite. There are certain psychic impressions is like, that's definitely going to happen. And some things, what are you saying? Rose Blue? Asinine dum-dums? ADD? Asinine dum-dums? That's funny. Yeah, Texas, that's a definite psychic impression. Okay, so, yeah, I'm just reading the chat. Let's look at Kevin McCarthy. What the heck? You're so late? It's okay if you're late. I mean, we're gonna finish up in a little bit, but you can always watch it on replay. Kevin McCarthy. Let's see what's going on with him. Can I just have a moment to ask you guys if this is kind of unanimous? When Kevin McCarthy starts spewing the BS, do you want to just smack him? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not advocating for violence, but don't you feel like you just want to smack him? You know what I mean? I know you wouldn't, and I'm not calling for violence, but don't you get the feeling of you just want to smack him and say, stop it? Kevin is reading from a script, robotic. Oh gosh, there's nothing in there. He's an empty shell. You want to yell the truth at him? Well, must be my Sicilian coming out. Oh my goodness. It's like, stop it. New York is really gearing up. Yeah, you don't mess with New York, all right? You do not mess with New York. It's that smugness. Exactly, Cheryl. That's the perfect word. It's embarrassing, but it's so... Smack that smile, that arrogant smile off your face. You guys are so funny. Liz smacked him. Oh my goodness. Like a glow stick, shake him till the light comes on. I don't think there's any light in there. actually, as far as the New York thing, the indictment of Trump, and he's calling for people to come and, protest violently. That's in there, that he's insinuating that. I cannot see people, no, Kevin McCarthy will not stay speaker. When I read on it a few months ago, I got by the summer he'd be gone. Anyway, Kevin McCarthy. There's swiftness coming for Kevin McCarthy. This is fast action coming for him because of what he's said. Kevin McCarthy's words are going to be used against him. Let's see. Would rather have the ability to place gorilla tape. Well, since you can't, in your fantasy, don't you want to smack him? Who do I see as new Speaker of the House? You want me to read on Jim Jordan? How much slime can I take? The protesters are not going to be brave enough, or even be able to afford to make a trip to New York to fight for Trump. It's just not going to happen. And most people in New York aren't Trumpsters. There's been a lot of protesters saying lock Trump up in New York. Oh, that would just that. Brenda, thank you. I'm an exemplary auntie because I've got my nieces downstairs writing songs. I love it. You want to smack Santos? I know, those smirks, man. Those smirks are the worst. Yeah, it's satisfying just to think about. But yeah, Kevin McCarthy. So I'm seeing, as far as Pinocchio goes, I've been saying, I'm just going back to what I've read in the past. As far as Pinocchio goes, George Santos, I felt like Brazil was coming for him. Midas Touch said that. What did Midas Touch say? You want to Midas Touch? They said they want to smack him. I've actually, somebody was asking who would be Speaker of the House. So what we've been seeing, this psychics have been seeing, and keep visualizing this. We see the DOJ coming for the party of fascists, the insurrectionists that are serving in our government. Oh, well, I'm addressing that as you typed it in, I think, Sunshine. The DOJ is coming for the insurrectionists that are seated in Congress. Jamie Raskin. Oh, so what I was saying was, and now I'm remembering, because it's been a few months now, that we saw the Democrats taking back the House and the Senate. There's been so much going on, I kind of forgot. Everyone, subscribe to Midas Touch if you haven't already. Nothing happens if you subscribe. You just help the person with the channel. Hint, hint, just saying. Check out Midas Touch. So what we saw, me and other psychics too, this seemed to be pretty consistent, was the Republicans would no longer be in charge of the House. And what they're doing is they're really trying to obstruct justice. That's a crime. Okay. So I'm reading about that, right? I think that's what I'm reading about. Oh, I did. Thank you for helping me to finish my thought. I think I've seen Hakeem Jeffries. Pray for Jamie Raskin. Yes, we do pray for Jamie Raskin. Do I plan to write a book? Are you talking to me? I have written a book. I do have a book. It's on Amazon. The 7-Day Key to Living Inspiration and Empowerment, Getting What You Want. It's on Amazon. Look it up. And also, I meant to teach a class based on my book, but I didn't have enough people. I really need help marketing. YouTube needs to add free next to subscribe. That's a good idea. You guys are so smart. You wicked smart. Anyway. All right, so the high priestess, there's so much happening behind the scenes that we don't know that is for justice. Hang on. What you saying? I have read about Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen's fine. You want me to read on Jim Jordan? They're kind of all in the same category. All right, hang on. They're kind of all in the same category. I've read about Jim Jordan before, and he's in big trouble too. And he's not sleeping. A lot of these people aren't sleeping. Speaking of Wicked Smart, I watched Good Will Hunting last night. One of the best movies. Oh, that's such a great movie. Such a great movie. And so true to, you know, this area and what it's like. I mean, because Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are from here. This area. Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen is fine. Remember, I read on him the other day. And just to recap in case you missed it, what I got about Michael Cohen was Michael Cohen felt really good about himself that he had done his part. Yeah, he's fine. I'm not worried about him. Let's pick 3 cards for the collective. Napoleon was sent to an island. Well, we know what happened to Mussolini, and I stand by my assessment that that's Trump. That was his past lifetime. I don't care how quickly he jumped back in. Okay, 3 cards for the collective before we say goodnight. Please book a reading. You can't believe how much information you'll get in a reading. Seriously, if you want to sign up for the pendulum class on Saturday, it could make the difference between whether it happens or not. So please, if you're interested in learning about the pendulum, sign up for the class. Yeah, and I think I might repost the picture I have of Mussolini that looks exactly like Trump. All right, for the collective this week, well, till Friday, 3 of Rods, we will be looking at, he's been indicted. Yes. Hi, Jazzoli is your brother's name. Happy 30th birthday to Hugh. Oh, Hugh. Happy birthday, Hugh. 30. That's a great age. 30 is a great age. Tucker Carlson was begging Biden to pardon Trump. Tell him to have a great 30th year. So we're rooting for him. Hugh. Woohoo! Happy birthday. This means between now and Friday, we will be looking at Trump indicted. Yeah. Knight of Rods. Yeah. We're going to have, like, the truth is going to be happening between now and Friday. We're going to see the truth. The truth. Thank you, Soul Surfer. I appreciate it. And, it's going to get better this week, the next couple days. It's going to get better. It's not going to get worse. It's going to get better. Those MAGA politicians, may they continue to not sleep well. They're not. No, they're not. They're not in a restful state. Okay. Once again, psychicanetdion.com. Thank you, Xena Warrior Princess. I love that name. Tucker sounded crazy. Well, Tucker is pretty crazy. Book a reading at psychicanetdion.com. There's a schedules there. It's pretty wide open. I'm a terrible marketer, and that's why I have all this time. And if you would like to donate, there's the tip jar in the description. I really appreciate it. netdion.com. It's psychicanetdion.com. You have to type in the .com. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for all your great vibes. It's much appreciated. Yeah, Mussolini passed before Trump was born, but not too. There's only like a year in between. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Namaste. Love you guys. And sayonara from New Hampshire. I will be back in Massachusetts on Friday, so I'll see you there. It's always a pleasure. Namaste. Be well.